I used to think checking my phone was just a bad habit until my boyfriend called me out on it during a date. He looked at me over his pasta and said, "You know, you've looked at your phone 12 times in the last hour." Ouch. And I laughed it off, but inside I was like, wait, am I really that person? The one who can't sit through dinner without refreshing Instagram? Turns out I'm not alone. Over half of us check our phones within 5 minutes of waking up, and that number's been climbing since smartphones went mainstream in 2007. But why? Why do we feel this compulsive pull to look at a screen that's showing us, 9 times out of 10, nothing new? Here's the first gut punch. It's not about the phone at all. It's about a primitive brain chemical called dopamine. Back when we were hunter-gatherers, dopamine fired when we found food or a mate. It was our reward for survival. But in 2025, that same ancient system gets hijacked by a little red badge. Every notification is a potential reward, and your brain is wired to chase it. It's called a variable reward schedule. The same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. You pull the lever, you might win. You check the notification, you might see something amazing. And you almost never do. But that's the trap. I remember one night I was doom scrolling at 2 a.m., and I stumbled on a study from MIT that blew my mind. Researchers gave rats cocaine, and then later a phone-like reward schedule. The rats chose the phone. They literally preferred the unpredictable ping over a guaranteed hit of drugs. That was my turning point. I realized I wasn't just bored. I was being chemically manipulated by a system designed by people who understand your brain better than you do. The second reason is even sneakier. FOMO, fear of missing out. But it's not about missing a party. It's about missing a life. Social psychologist Adam Alter calls it the slot machine in your pocket. Every time you check, you're asking, am I still relevant? Am I still loved? Did someone think of me? And when you see 0 notifications, it triggers a tiny spike in cortisol, the stress hormone. So you check again. It's a feedback loop trained by a multi-billion-dollar industry. Apple, Google, Meta, they don't want you happy, they want you hooked. Take Tristan Harris, the ex-Google designer who blew the whistle. He said tech companies intentionally make notifications intermittent, like a slot machine, because that's what keeps you pulling. He showed that the average person checks their phone 150 times a day. That's once every 6 minutes. And each time you switch tasks, it takes 23 minutes to refocus. So you're never fully present. I started tracking my screen time after that, and I was getting 3 hours of random checks a day. 3 hours I could have spent reading, cooking, or actually talking to my boyfriend. But here's the deepest insight, the one that changed everything for me. It's not just dopamine or FOMO, it's loneliness. Psychologists call it ambient belonging, the feeling that you're part of a tribe even when you're alone. Scrolling through your feed gives you a microdose of social connection. But here's the cruel irony, it actually makes you lonelier. A 2018 study in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that limiting social media to 30 minutes a day significantly reduced depression and loneliness. Because real connection happens in person, not through a screen. And the more you check your phone, the less you build the real relationships that actually make you feel whole. I did an experiment. For 1 week, I put my phone in a drawer during dinner. No checking, no glancing. The first night was agonizing. I literally felt phantom vibrations. But by night 3, my boyfriend and I had a conversation that lasted 2 hours. We laughed, we argued, we planned a trip, and I realized the number of notifications I missed? 0 emergencies, 0 life-changing news, just a bunch of noise. That week, my anxiety dropped, my sleep improved, and I felt more connected to him than I had in months. Here's what I want you to take away. Your phone is not the enemy. It's a tool. But it's also a slot machine designed by geniuses to exploit your oldest survival instincts. The same dopamine that once helped you find food now makes you check your email at dinner. The same cortisol that protected you from predators now spikes because your friend posted a vacation photo. You are not weak, you are human, but you can reclaim control. It starts with awareness, then intention, then action. You can retrain your brain to crave real connection instead of digital pings. But here's the cost of not acting. A study from the University of Texas found that just having your phone in the same room, even face down, reduces your cognitive capacity. Your brain is using energy to resist it. Over time, that constant drain adds up. It's called brain drain, and it's linked to lower productivity, worse memory,